Yeah, hi friends. We'll just wait a couple of minutes. Some of our friends are still logging into the session. We'll start the session in the next 1 or 2 minutes. So, thank you so much for having taken the time out and having attended our session today. We'll just wait a couple of minutes and start the session soon. Yeah, we'll start the session. Thank you to all our friends for having taken the time out and having attended the session today. तो आज का सेशन काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर है, दैट इज जो भी इंडेक्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हो. सो व्हाट आर द की थिंग्स टू कीप एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड जब भी आप इंडेक्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हो, स्पेशली निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी, सेंसेक्स. व्हाट आर द की फैक्टर्स टू कीप एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड फॉर इंट्राडे एज वेल एज शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव. तो ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में हम लोग आज डिस्कस करने वाले. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन वील हैव Q&A राउंड. तो किसी को भी कोई डाउट्स है रिगार्डिंग एनी ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट्स दैट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड टुडे, आई विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू टेक द क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. So today we'll understand a few simple things. These may sound as very simple things, but ये बहुत ही important है जब भी आप इंडेक्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हो. It becomes extremely important to know these concepts at the back of your mind whenever you're trading in index options. So first we'll understand the index composition, what is meant by an index and what is the index composition. तो ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो है जब भी आप इंडेक्स में ट्रेड कर रहे हो इज द इंडेक्स कॉम्पोजिशन, बिकॉज यू शुड नो कि कौन सा सेक्टर मार्केट्स को खींच रहा है, कौन से सेक्टर में आज इंट्राडे में प्रेशर है. इफ यू ओनली हैव अ गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग रिगार्डिंग द की सेक्टर्स, उसके वेटेज के बारे में आपको जानकारी है, देन यू विल बी एबल टू ट्रेड विद एडिशनल कॉन्फिडेंस while trading in the markets. तो what is it that actually causes the price fluctuation in the market? कौन से स्टॉक्स के वजह से आज निफ्टी में मूवमेंट आ रहा है, वो पर्टिकुलर काउंटर का वेटेज कितना है, ये सब आपको एट द बैक ऑफ द माइंड आपको जानना बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. बिकॉज इफ अ स्टॉक विच हैज लो वेटेज, अगर वो इंडेक्स में अगर 10 या 15% भी ऊपर है, इट विल नॉट हैव अ मटीरियल इम्पैक्ट ऑन द प्राइस एक्शन ऑफ निफ्टी. लेकिन अगर HDFC या ICICI बैंक जैसे स्टॉक में अगर 3 से 4% का भी मूवमेंट आ जाता है, then definitely the index will be significantly higher for that particular trading day, because the a stock like HDFC उसका weightage जो है निफ्टी के अंदर that is almost 13%. Imagine one single stock having a weightage of 13%. It can easily change the course of the particular index on any particular day. Whenever there is positive momentum in the banking counters, generally we see that Nifty also does well. The reason being HDFC has very high weightage along with ICICI बैंक. तो ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. आई विल शो द लाइव वेटेजेस विच आर देयर फॉर द इंडेक्सेस, एज वेल एज फ्रॉम वेयर यू कैन गेट दिस डेटा फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. इट इज NSE के वेबसाइट पे ही ये सारा डेटा अवेलेबल है. सो इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर एवरीवन टू रेगुलरली keep track of the indices and the weightage of all the sectors. लास्ट में हम लोग कवर करेंगे कि जब भी हम लोग इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस में ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द की पॉइंटर्स टू कीप नोट एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड. इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस या ऑप्शंस बाय नेचर इज अ वेरी वॉलेटाइल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. सो आज का मैंने काफ़ी सारे एग्जांपल्स लिए हैं wherein I'll show you the price movement of a few index options in trade today. So why risk management is extremely important when you're doing intraday trading in indexes is also explained towards the end of the session. First, coming to the main benefits before understanding the composition and all the other factors, whoever is trading in index options should know the benefits as well. Index option as a product ये क्यों beneficial है, क्या opportunities है जो index options देता है जो दूसरे products में नहीं है. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट बाय नेचर डेरिवेटिव का कोई भी प्रोडक्ट है, इट हैज लिवरेज, मतलब आप कम पैसे में एक लार्जर एक्सपोजर ले पाते हो. दैट इज द मेन बेनिफिट दैट ऑप्शंस एंड फ्यूचर्स प्रोवाइड्स टू यू. ऑप्शंस स्पेशली क्योंकि इसका प्रीमियम अमाउंट जो रहता है वो काफी कम रहता है, बट जो आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो दैट बीज टोटली लार्ज, मतलब एक लार्ज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वैल्यू रहता है. बिकॉज इफ यू मल्टीप्लाई दी लॉट साइज एंड द करेंट मार्केट प्राइस या फिर स्ट्राइक प्राइस जिसमें आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो, यू गेट द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वैल्यू. एंड द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वैल्यू करेंटली विच हैज बीन सेट इज अबव 15 lakhs. लेकिन आप प्रीमियम जो भर रहे हो दैट इज एनीवेयर बिटवीन 5 to 10,000 फॉर ट्रेडिंग अ पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स ऑप्शन. So by paying a small percentage of the amount, you are able to take exposure to a large contract. So that's the first and foremost benefit. क्योंकि आपका जो प्राइस मूवमेंट है, it is according to the contract value, मतलब the price action which happens, it is according to a much larger exposure that you have taken. The second most benefit जो आपको मिलता है when you're trading in index options, this is from a slightly hedging perspective. ये जो product है, it was originally designed for hedging. Of late it has become a lot more from the speculative purpose as well, matlab to determine from a short term perspective in which direction the index can go, and it is a very good instrument to capture short term movements in the market. It is also known as scalping जो हम लोग बोलते हैं. But the main benefit which index options were introduced was from a hedging perspective. तो अगर आपका एक existing portfolio है and if you want to hedge it in the market, इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस आर अ वेरी गुड टूल टू डू सो, बिकॉज इसके काफी सारे एक्सपायरीज रहते हैं. बेस्ड ऑन योर व्यू ऑफ द मार्केट यू कैन सिलेक्ट अ पर्टिकुलर एक्सपायरी एंड यू कैन हेज योर पोजीशन. तो हाउ डू यू बेसिकली डू हेजिंग? आपका मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम जिसका भी एक्सपोजर रहता है इट बीज ऑन द लॉन्ग साइड, मतलब कैश में आपका जो पोजीशन है इट जनरली टेंड्स टू बी ऑन द लॉन्ग साइड, मतलब यू हैव अ व्यू दैट द स्टॉक्स विल गो अप. बट आपका फियर जो है लाइक द लास्ट 3-4 ट्रेडिंग सेशंस there can be a correction in the market, ये आपका fear है. So in order to hedge your position you will be buying put options to hedge the original position that you have in the market. So that's how options can also be used as. Index options जो है or any option, even a stock option, can be traded in any direction, even if there is bullishness, bearishness, or even if there is a sideways consolidation in the market. You can trade index options based on your view. See, view banana is the most challenging thing and it is the most difficult thing. All the strategies, all the rest of the things are a byproduct. The most important and the most challenging thing at any point of time is framing a view on the market. If it's a half an hour thing, if it's a 1 hour thing, or from a daily basis, the most challenging trade is forming the view on the market कि द ट्रेड इज गोइंग टू गो अपवर्ड्स, डाउनवर्ड्स, या फिर आपको लग रहा है कि मार्केट में एक साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन रह सकता है. सो इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस बाय नेचर गिव्स यू अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्योंकि ये काफी वॉलेटाइल रहता है. सो आई एक्सप्लेन विद एग्जांपल्स. अगर आप जब भी आप ऑप्शन का प्राइस मूवमेंट देखोगे ऑन अ डेली बेसिस देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग बाय द वॉलेटिलिटी. आज का ही मैंने एग्जांपल लिया है ऑफ 74,000 कॉल ऑप्शन. So you will be able to see the type of price movement which has happened in that particular underlying, and from that you will understand the type of opportunities that are there. It is a challenge as well. मैं नहीं कह रहा कि means the volatility is only an opportunity. There is risk associated with it as well. But if you are a good trader from an intraday perspective, you have a lot of opportunities at your hand. The last point regarding index options is because it is extremely liquid, the impact cost is not there compared to other instruments. So what is meant by impact cost? So impact cost is nothing but whenever you are placing kabhi bhi aap ek large trade if you are placing in the market, if the underlying is illiquid, you will be facing what is known as an impact cost. You want to sell certain thing at 100 rupees, but because there are less buyers and they will quote a lesser price, so you want to sell something at 100, but the buyer will quote something like 94, 96. There itself you will have a 4 rupee loss because there is not enough buyers to buy the volume that you want to sell, and because of that you will have an impact cost. The same thing can happen during when you want to buy as well. If there are not many buyers, means not many sellers, you will have to pay a higher price. You may be wanting to buy at 100, but the seller will quote 103, 104. So both the times, that is even during buying as well as selling, if there is no liquidity in the market, आपको एक impact cost गिर जाएगा, and that is negative. Because without any fault of yours, you are losing on certain points of the trade. इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग इन इलिक्विड स्टॉक ऑप्शंस, बहुत बार आपको ये इम्पैक्ट कॉस्ट आपके नेगेटिव साइड में जाएगा, बिकॉज स्टॉक ऑप्शंस बाय नेचर आउट ऑफ द 200 ऑड स्टॉक्स विच आर ट्रेडेड ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, जस्ट अबाउट 25 to 30 स्टॉक्स में अच्छा खासा लिक्विडिटी है. बाकी के सारे स्टॉक्स में उतना लिक्विडिटी नहीं है. स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर प्लेसिंग अ लार्ज ऑर्डर, you will face what is known as an impact cost. बट ये इम्पैक्ट कॉस्ट कभी भी आपको इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस में नहीं देखने को मिलेगा, बिकॉज इट इज एन एक्सट्रीमली लिक्विड प्रोडक्ट. आपको कितना भी लार्ज ट्रेड आपको गिराना है, द ट्रेड विल ऑटोमेटिकली बी एब्सॉर्ब्ड बाय द सेलर्स और द बायर्स. So now coming towards the first product, that is Nifty. तो Nifty जो है, it is one of the most traded products in the entire world. Now recently SEBI has brought in certain measures to reduce the volumes that are taking place on NSE, but still it is one of the top most traded products in the entire world. अगर आप लास्ट 4 साल का डेटा इंडेक्स डेरिवेटिव्स में देखोगे, definitely you will see the name of Nifty on all the 4 occasions for 4 consecutive or 5 consecutive years. NSE's Nifty, that is, was one of the most traded products in the world, and Indian derivative market in terms of volume also was one of the most traded markets. That's mainly because of Nifty and Bank Nifty. But in the last few months, SEBI has decided to curb the volumes. So especially we have seen that Bank Nifty now, since it has become a monthly product, इसमें वॉल्यूम काफी ड्रॉप हो चुका है. लेकिन अभी एक और इंडेक्स है हमारे पास ट्रेड करने के लिए ऑन अ वीकली बेसिस. वन इज निफ्टी एंड द अदर इज सेंसेक्स, BSX जो हम लोग बोलते हैं, सेंसेक्स ऑप्शंस. इसमें भी काफी अच्छी मूवमेंट देखने को मिलता है, एंड द मूवमेंट ऑफ सेंसेक्स ऑप्शंस is quite similar to the movement what we used to previously see in Bank Nifty options. So Nifty जो है, it is an index which comprises of the top 50 stocks based on the volatility and based on the market capitalization. तो एक इंडेक्स है जिसमें 50 स्टॉक्स है, अलग अलग स्टॉक को अलग अलग वेटेज है बेस्ड ऑन द मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन. जैसे कि मैंने कहा था कि a stock like HDFC has the highest weightage. We have the top 3 stocks जो इंडेक्स के हैं, that is HDFC Bank, then we have ICICI Bank, followed by Reliance. So once we go to the actual diagram, we'll get a better picture. So in this also I have tried to explain the top 10 stocks with their weightage. ये सारा डेटा जो है निफ्टी इंडाइसेस करके वेबसाइट है. If you go to this particular website and if you just do the basic search, you will get the relevant data. तो इसमें इंडेक्स का कॉम्पोजिशन दिया है along with the sector weightages as well, कौन से सेक्टर का कितना वेटेज है, and even in a pictorial manner it is explained. So I'll just go there itself directly. So before going there, before going to the pictorial representation of the various sectors along with their weightages, we'll just discuss the few key important points regarding index. So index constituents जो है, अगर निफ्टी के बारे में बात करें तो 50 स्टॉक है, हर एक स्टॉक का एक वेटेज है. आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए कौन सा सेक्टर का वेटेज कितना है. एंड द नेक्स्ट लेवल, फर्स्ट इज नोइंग द वेटेज ऑफ ईच ऑफ द सेक्टर्स, द नेक्स्ट इज नोइंग द इंडिविजुअल वेटेज. एटलीस्ट 50 का 50 नहीं तो एटलीस्ट द टॉप 10 स्टॉक्स को आपका वेटेज मालूम रहना चाहिए. सो यू शुड नो दैट अगर ये 5-6 काउंटर्स में अच्छा मूवमेंट आ रहा है, देयर इज अ गुड चांस दैट निफ्टी विल कंटिन्यू द पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड, overall trajectory on the upside. There may be fluctuations during intraday trade like today. Even though the trend was on the upside, there were multiple fluctuations right through the day. So it's a challenging thing, but at least more or less you know that the trend is on the upside. We could see the momentum continue on the upside. That is, if the trend of a stock like HDFC, if the trend of a stock like ICICI, Reliance, ये सारे counters का अगर intraday trend positive है, there is a very good chance that Nifty also will continue the momentum on the positive side. So first and foremost is knowing the index constituents, top weightage के stocks कौन से है और कितना weightage है. Next is volatility. तो इंडेक्स जो है बाय नेचर इट इज मोमेंटम ड्रिवन. तो कौन से डायरेक्शन में मोमेंटम है. सो नाउ करंटली फ्रॉम द लास्ट टू ट्रेडिंग सेशंस पोस्ट द शार्प करेक्शन वी हैव बीन सीइंग अ स्लाइट पुल बैक इन द मार्केट. सो द मोमेंटम इज फ्रॉम अ वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव इज ऑन द पॉजिटिव साइड. अगर आप लार्जर टाइम फ्रेम का अगर देखोगे द ट्रेंड इज स्टिल ऑन द नेगेटिव साइड. So if you are an intraday trader, you would be trading today's market on the positive side. But from a positional perspective, if you see, the negative trend has still not reversed out. But by nature, Nifty as an index is a trending product. That's how we try to capture the movement. Agar trend nahi hai, it becomes an extremely challenging thing to capture the price action. Along with the momentum, we should know what is happening in terms of FI data. So FI data gives you a gist of where they are creating positions in the market. उनका क्या view है market के ऊपर. That is also understood by the FI positioning in the future segment as well as the cash segment. तो future segment में if you see towards the end of the March series specifically, अगर आप किसी ने भी derivative data track किया रहता, there was significant short positions which were built up. Nearly 180,000 short contracts the index futures में. And when there was a positive rally which was seen in the second half of the March series, तभी FIs ने भी अपना short positions futures में काटने को चालू किया. And from 180,000 contracts, short contracts, we came all the way towards 30,000 short contracts. Currently, if you see, there may be around 80-85,000 short contracts of FIs in the futures segment. Towards the close of the day, we'll come to know today's position as well. But basically, you should keep at the back of your mind कितना positioning है FIs का, especially in the derivative segment where they are positioned, and what is the trend of the market. So if the markets, when there is significant short positions and if there is a reversal, FIs also have to close out their position, which leads to additional momentum in the market. The last is sector rotation. कोई भी सेक्टर कंटिन्यूअस मोमेंटम में नहीं रहता है. इट इज वन सेक्टर आफ्टर अनदर विच कम्स इन फ्लेवर. व्हेनेवर अ सेक्टर कम्स इन फ्लेवर, आपको उसका सेक्टर का वेटेज मालूम रहना चाहिए निफ्टी के अंदर. सो इफ अ सेक्टर लाइक रियलिटी या फिर मेटल फ्लेवर में आता है, इवन दो द सेक्टर में हैव गुड मोमेंटम, उनका वेटेज जो है निफ्टी के अंदर वो काफी बड़ा नहीं है. So whenever a sector like banking या IT comes into flavor, that's the time there is real momentum which is seen in the index, that is Nifty, because there is very high weightage which is associated with the banking and financial sector, और दूसरा high weightage जो है that is associated with the IT sector. Now coming to the individual sectors and their weightage. तो ये जैसे कि मैंने कहा था, this data has been taken from the Nifty Indices करके वेबसाइट है, तो जिधर आपको क्लियरली डेटा मिल जाता है. दिस डेटा इज अपडेटेड एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ. ऑन अ मंथली बेसिस दिस पर्टिकुलर डेटा इज अपडेटेड. अगर आप ये पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड एक डायनामिक स्लाइड है, अगर आप डबल क्लिक करोगे फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज के ऊपर, ये फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज के अंदर कौन से स्टॉक्स है जिसका वेटेज निफ्टी के अंदर कितना है, तो सारे 50 स्टॉक्स का वेटेज के साथ ये पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन देता है. दिस इज अबाउट द इंडिविजुअल सेक्टर्स. If you double click on any particular sector, it will take you towards the next template, जिसमें बताया जाएगा कि HDFC का वेटेज कितना है, ICICI बैंक का वेटेज कितना है, बजाज फाइनेंस का वेटेज कितना है, एक्सिस बैंक का वेटेज कितना है. दैट पर्टिकुलर डेटा इज ऑब्टेन्ड अगर आप ये पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड पे डबल क्लिक करोगे, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर पे डबल क्लिक करोगे. This is very important information. What I do is I generally maintain the Nifty का chart तो रखता ही हूँ, but along with that I keep a small grid which has the top 10 stocks. So at any point of time, whenever we are giving a call, we quickly look at the chart patterns of those particular 10 stocks. and how they are behaving at that particular point of time. They can change at any moment. ऐसा नहीं है कि कॉल देने के बाद the trend will continue, but you get additional confidence if a stock like Reliance, HDFC, ICICI Bank, ये सारे का momentum अगर positive side पे है, whenever you are taking a buy position in markets, there is a good chance that your trade will execute on the positive side. Likewise, we have good weightage which is associated with IT. तो TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra, ये चार टॉप काउंटर्स है आईटी सेक्टर में. इसके अलावा वी हैव रिलायंस जो ऑयल एंड गैस के अंदर आता है. सो रिलायंस इज अ वेरी डाइवर्सिफाइड कंपनी, लेकिन इंडेक्स क्लासिफिकेशन के हिसाब से अभी भी रिलायंस ऑयल एंड गैस सेक्टर के अंदर आता है. So that's why we have very high weightage with oil and gas. The only reason is Reliance Industries, which is almost 80% or 90% of this entire sector. Like I mentioned, अगर आप देखोगे पावर का वेटेज 2.96 है, हेल्थ केयर का 3.9 है, मेटल्स का 3.3 है. So even though tomorrow there is some positive, major positive news announcement regarding the metal sector के तौर पे there will not be a major momentum in Nifty. Nifty momentum will mainly come if there is good traction which is seen in the top 4-5 sectors, जैसे कि financial services, oil and gas, IT, fast moving FMCG, automobile. ये 4-5 सेक्टर में अगर मोमेंटम अच्छा खासा है, then Nifty also will do good on that particular trading day. The other जो सबसे मेन इंडेक्स आई फील फॉर ट्रेडिंग, अगर आप शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग और इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, दैट इज निफ्टी. निफ्टी इज द नंबर 1 इंडेक्स अलोंग विद सेंसेक्स. पहले बैंक निफ्टी भी था, बट बैंक निफ्टी हैज नाउ वीकली एक्सपायरीज निकाला गया है एंड देयर इज ओनली मंथली एक्सपायरीज फॉर बैंक निफ्टी. So anyone who has a view on the banking sector can trade in this particular index, but do note that since it's a monthly series, the premiums tend to be slightly higher. Previously you were able to trade from a 5-day perspective, लेकिन अभी आपको 22 days के हिसाब से आपको ट्रेडिंग करना पड़ेगा. 22 because there are about 21-22 trading days on any particular month in any series. Trading days, that is. तो ये बैंक निफ्टी का कॉम्पोजिशन है. बैंक निफ्टी में लगभग 12 स्टॉक्स है विच आर देयर इन द पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स. तो द हाईएस्ट वेटेज इज एसोसिएटेड विद एचडीएफसी बैंक फॉलोड बाय आईसीआईसीआई बैंक. तो बैंक निफ्टी में जो है हायर वेटेज इज एसोसिएटेड विद प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स. वी हैव टू मेन सेक्टर्स, वन इज पीएसयू बैंक्स एंड वन इज प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स. प्राइवेट सेक्टर में भी अगर आप देखोगे टॉप 4 स्टॉक्स जो है, दैट इज एचडीएफसी बैंक, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक, एक्सिस एंड कोटक. ये 4 स्टॉक का सबसे हाईएस्ट वेटेज है बैंक निफ्टी के अंदर, एंड दीज 4 स्टॉक्स ड्राइव द प्राइस मोमेंटम इन द बैंक इंडेक्स. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम बेस्ड ऑन माय ऑब्जर्वेशन इज एचडीएफसी बैंक एंड कोटक मूव साइड बाय, मतलब मूव इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. ICICI and Axis tend to move in the same direction on any particular day. Very rarely we'll see that HDFC and ICICI both are moving in the same direction on the same day. If there is a good day like that, जब ICICI बैंक और HDFC दोनों पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, then it's a very good trading day, especially for the banking stocks, because ये दो काउंटर का ही वेटेज लगभग 55-60% है, and if both the counters are doing good, there is a good chance that bank nifty will do good on that particular trading day. So if you go to the same data, that is bank nifty indices, और उसमें आप sectorial indices में अगर आप देखोगे, you will get bank nifty like I mentioned, अगर आप डबल क्लिक करोगे कोई भी particular breakup पे, so bank nifty has 3 sectors, I mean 3 partitions. We have one is private sector banks, one is PSU banks, that is public sector bank, जिसके अंदर SBI आता है, कैनरा बैंक आता है, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक आता है. So we have around 17% weightage towards PSU banks, 80% weightage towards private sector banks, and then we have one stock that is small finance bank, that is AU bank जो है वो ये कैटेगरी के अंदर आता है. So small finance bank or some category of which has been defined by the index, I mean defined by NSE, so that comes under other banks. तो अगर आप अदर बैंक पे डबल क्लिक करोगे, इसके अंदर EU बैंक है जिसका वेटेज 2.53 है बैंक निफ्टी के अंदर। सो वंस अगेन आई एम टेलिंग, 12 स्टॉक है जो बैंक निफ्टी का कॉम्पोजिशन का 12 स्टॉक है, एंड हर एक स्टॉक का एक इंडिविजुअल वेटेज है। जो राइट हैंड साइड पे आप देख रहे हो, हर एक स्टॉक का मैंने वेटेज बताया है। तो HDFC बैंक जो है उसका वेटेज जो है 28.11 है, ICICI बैंक इसका वेटेज 25% है, और कोटक बैंक जो है इसका वेटेज जो है लगभग 8% का है। तो गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से कोई भी 3 स्टॉक का वेटेज 66% के ऊपर नहीं रह सकता, एंड एनी इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक उसका भी वेटेज 33% के ऊपर नहीं रह सकता है। So there are certain rules by which, even though however large the market cap becomes and however large the free float of a counter becomes, it will not cross 33%, and the combined weightage of 3 stocks also should not cross about 66%. So this is the basic breakdown of बैंक निफ्टी। तो जब भी कोई अगर बैंक निफ्टी में मंथली एक्सपायरी पे भी अगर आप फ्यूचर्स में भी ट्रेड कर रहे हो या फिर ऑप्शंस में ट्रेड कर रहे हो, यू शुड नो एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड कौन सा सेक्टर का कितना वेटेज है, कौन सा स्टॉक का कितना वेटेज है, एंड विच इज द स्टॉक दैट कैन ड्राइव द मार्केट ऑन द अपसाइड और द डाउन साइड। So we have covered two main indices. Now we'll cover the third most important index for us, that is Sensex. तो जैसे कि मैंने कहा था, निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स का वीकली एक्सपायरीज है। दीज आर द टू मेन इंडाइसेस ऑफ बोथ दी एक्सचेंजेस। तो निफ्टी जो है NSE का सबसे मेन प्रोडक्ट है, निफ्टी इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस, एंड जो सिमिलरली BSE का जो सबसे ट्रेडेड प्रोडक्ट है वो है सेंसेक्स ऑप्शंस। तो सेंसेक्स में भी अगर आप देखोगे हाईएस्ट वेटेज जो है वो HDFC बैंक को ही दिया गया है, likewise followed by ICICI Bank, then we have Reliance Industries, Infosys, Bharti Airtel, Tata Communication, that is TCS, Larsen and Toubro, ITC, Axis Bank and State Bank of India. ये सारे स्टॉक मीन्स निफ्टी हैज 50 स्टॉक्स, सेंसेक्स में 30 स्टॉक है। So there could be a different weightage, based on that we could see slightly different price action, but more or less you will see a similar type of price action, or at least a similar trend in the movement of Nifty and Sensex, क्योंकि जो 30 स्टॉक्स जो सेंसेक्स के अंदर आते हैं वो डेफिनेटली निफ्टी के अंदर भी आते हैं। देयर विल बी जस्ट 1 or 2 stocks which are there in Sensex and which are not there in Nifty, but majority of the time all the stocks which are there within Sensex will also be there within Nifty. Once again, if you see in terms of sectorial breakdown, highest weightage जो है वो financial services को है, followed by information technology, then we have automobile, FMCG, oil and gas. Composition लगभग similar है because it's all based on the same methodology of giving weightage जो है free float market cap. So two things are there into consideration. One is the free float and one is the size of the company. तो जो सेंसेक्स है उसका at any point of time you will have 7 weekly series and 3 monthly contracts. तो अगर आप इधर से भी 3 महीने के अगर आपका व्यू है, you will have options which are available to you, but they are not that liquid. उसमें liquidity काफी कम रहता है. All the focus or all the attention for both the indices currently is on the weekly expiry. Highest volume जो है वो weekly expiries में रहता है, and you get the best price action also in the weekly expiries compared to the monthly series. But काफी जन हैं जिनका व्यू लंबे समय का रहता है, उनको डायरेक्टली एक लॉन्ग डेटेड ऑप्शन लेने का मन करता है, and that's why we have a lot of different contracts which are available for all the different traders who have different views on the market. So at any point of time 7 weekly contracts open रहेंगे, and you will have 3 monthly contracts which are open for you. So currently April series चालू है, we'll also have April, May, June, these 3 contracts, and sometimes you will also see much more 6 months, 12 months dated contracts which are there available, but all the problem in them is slightly about liquidity. At the money strike price पे थोड़ा रह सकता है, but out of the money options they will definitely be illiquid. तो इधर भी the concept of impact cost comes into picture, wherein the buyer seller may be at different price points. So there is a good chance that if you trade in deep out of the money long dated contracts, you will have to face the impact cost. So now SEBI has come out with a circular which also states that the exchanges cannot keep on changing their expiry date. So if anyone has been trading in index options, they would know that Sensex, that is BSE and NSE, both have been constantly changing their expiry days. So, but according to the new rule, if an exchange wants to change their expiry day, they have to inform the regulator, and only once they get the approval from the regulator, they will able to exchange the expiry day. So currently we have the expiry for Sensex options on Tuesday, and we have the expiry for Nifty, that is on Thursday. So the last, so every Tuesday and Thursday we have weekly expiries, and जो लास्ट थर्सडे ऑफ द मंथ है उस पे हमारा निफ्टी के मंथली एक्सपायरीज होते हैं. लाइकवाइज फॉर BSE, that is Sensex, last Tuesday of the month is the monthly expiry. There is another index as well. So there are two other indexes also which I will not discuss or put major focus on because now they have become monthly. Previously ये दो इंडेक्स भी वीकली थे, दैट इज फिन निफ्टी भी पहले वीकली इंडेक्स था जिसका हर ट्यूसडे को एक्सपायरी रहता था. एंड वी ऑल्सो हैड मिड कैप सिलेक्ट इंडेक्स जिसका एक्सपायरी जो है हर मंडे को रहता था. But still, if anyone wants to trade in the mid-cap select index from a monthly perspective, this product is still available. There is a good weightage which is associated with all these sectors. तो जब भी mid-cap में किसी को अगर view है किसी का and anyone wants to trade this particular counters, then this is the composition of the mid-cap select option. I mean mid-cap select index. ये भी डेटा जो है आपको रेडिली अवेलेबल है NSE निफ्टी इंडाइसेस के वेबसाइट पे. सो द हाईएस्ट वेटेज वंस अगेन इज गिवन टू द फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज जिसका वेटेज 12.21 है. कैपिटल गुड्स जो है उसका वेटेज 16.04 है. आईटी का अगर आप वेटेज देखोगे 12.58 है एंड हेल्थ केयर का वेटेज 9.36 है. So these are the different indexes which are available for any trader to trade in the market. तो I would just likely to briefly summarize. निफ्टी का जो इंडेक्स है दैट इज निफ्टी एंड सेंसेक्स, ये वीकली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है. फिन निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी, मिड कैप सिलेक्ट, ये अभी भी मंथली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है. सो इफ यू वांट टू ट्रेड मंथली यू कैन डू दैट, बट द मेन फोकस जो रहता है या मेन लिक्विडिटी जो रहता है वो वीकली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स में रहता है. दैट इज बोथ ऑफ निफ्टी एंड सेंसेक्स. तो आज हम लोग ने देखा आज सेंसेक्स का वीकली एक्सपायरी था, कल निफ्टी का वीकली एक्सपायरी है. द रीजन बीइंग इट बीज ऑन थर्सडे को वीकली एक्सपायरी रहता है, लेकिन अगर थर्सडे इफ इट इज अ हॉलिडे फॉर एनी पर्टिकुलर रीजन देन द एक्सपायरी गेट्स शिफ्टेड वन डे प्रायर. तो करंटली टुमारो विल बी हैविंग द वीकली एक्सपायरी फॉर निफ्टी. तो अगर आज का ट्रेडिंग डे के बारे में बात करें, यानी इफ एनीवन आस्क्स यू व्हाई एनएसई और निफ्टी इज अप 400 पॉइंट्स टुडे, you should know that majority of the price action has come about due to Reliance Industries. तो Reliance का काफी अच्छा वेटेज है निफ्टी के अंदर. So that particular stock has contributed about 31 points out of 412. हर एक स्टॉक का कंट्रीब्यूशन रहता है टुवर्ड्स द प्राइस एक्शन ऑफ निफ्टी. अगर ये सारे स्टॉक्स का अगर आप प्राइस कंट्रीब्यूशन जोड़ दोगे यू विल गेट द कंबाइंड मूवमेंट ऑफ 412 पॉइंट्स. तो रिलायंस ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है 31 पॉइंट्स, इन्फोसिस ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है आज के ट्रेडिंग डे में अबाउट 30 ऑड पॉइंट्स, एचडीएफसी ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है 29 पॉइंट्स, लार्सन ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है 25. लाइकवाइज ईच इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक व्हिच हैज गुड वेटेज contribute significantly towards the price movement of Nifty. वेटेज हाई रहना इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि काफी सारे स्टॉक्स 3-4% भी ऊपर रहेंगे, लेकिन उसका अगर वेटेज कम रहेगा इट्स कंट्रीब्यूशन टुवर्ड्स Nifty's price action will be relatively less. So if you have a good understanding of which are the stocks which have high weightage, you will know कि आज जो price action देखने को मिला है NSE निफ्टी में, it is due to which individual stock. तो अगर कल के ट्रेडिंग सेशन में रिलायंस या एचडीएफसी में 3-4% का मूवमेंट आ जाता है, then definitely Nifty will be up about 200-300 points for that particular day, because उनका weightage ही इतना heavy है, they will cause the market sentiment to be on the positive side. So this is regarding the individual sectors. जो पहले का जो slide था, that is the individual stocks which contributed toward the movement in the market. अगर आप सेक्टर के बारे में देखोगे, फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज ने हाईएस्ट कंट्रीब्यूट किया है about 137 points, if I am able to read that correct, yes 137 points. फिर आईटी का about 90 points contribution, then followed by oil and gas. So oil and gas mainly due to Reliance Industries, जिसने पॉजिटिव मोमेंटम आज के ट्रेडिंग डे में देखने को मिला. So this is a breakdown of the sectors which have contributed towards the price action. The previous slide was the individual stocks which contributed towards the price action. ये once again I'm telling you, all this data is readily available for anyone on Nifty Indices website. If you go to this particular website, you will get all the data. Whatever I have presented in today's slide is available over there. So it's free of cost. You just have to keep the tab open and constantly monitor which stocks are contributing towards the price action in the market. Likewise, you can trade in the market. So if the top 5-6 stocks are on the positive side, more or less you know that the momentum in today's trading session is going to be on the positive side. Now coming towards the individual stocks, अगर आप stock options trade कर रहे हो, it is better to trade in the top 20-25 stocks, because ये सारे stocks में अच्छा खासा liquidity देखने को मिलता है. There are about 200-230 stocks which are there in the F&O segment, but majority of them do not have good liquidity. So I've already covered the concept of impact cost. अगर आप एक illiquid counter में trade कर रहे हो, you will definitely face the problem of impact cost, which is definitely a negative. So the top few stocks which anyone can trade, अगर आप options stock options में trade कर रहे हो, it is better to trade in the top 25-30 counters जिसमें अच्छा खासा इंट्राडे वॉल्यूम्स होता है. So the impact cost generally tends to be less in these particular counters. So if you see, this is the particular chart regarding Nifty in trade today. So I mean today it is a Sensex option. ये जो strike price है वो at the money का है, that is 74,000 call option of Sensex. So if anyone just puts even a 1 minute observation on this, it may look like a range for you, but this is not a small range which I am showing. The particular option opened at about 550-600 rupees. So 74,000 call option, due to the gap up opening of the market, opened at about 600 rupees in early morning trade. From 600 rupees it came to 115 on the downside. The low point of the day, agar aap dekhoge, that's about 115. That came about at 10:30, 10:15, 10:30. Fir from there onwards we saw a sharp reversal in the market. The index witnessed an extremely sharp recovery. So the 74,000 call option rebounded from 115 almost towards 950 on the upside. 10 times the, almost 9 times the option price spiked within a matter of 3 to 4 hours. From 900 we came once again towards 300. From 300 again we went almost towards 800, and finally we must have given a closing closer towards 250 rupees in trade today. So that's how volatile an option at the money option bees when the markets are volatile. Today was, I agree, it's a relatively much more volatile day compared to other expiries, but these are the type of trading opportunities that you can get in trade. Today from index perspective, we have given about 5 odd calls in options. So there were quite a plenty of opportunities. So today's trades were more or less target is hit or the stop loss gets hit, because the individual candles that you see are not small candles. Even a 5-minute candle is a range of almost 50 to 60 points for Nifty itself. Sensex का तो उससे भी काफी ज्यादा है, a 5-minute candle. And whenever anyone is trading in index options, we always advise to do it with a strict stop loss. So I just wanted to highlight कि there was significant trading opportunities for anyone trading the markets in trade today. This is another reminder that anyone who's trading in index options always do maintain a strict stop loss, because even though the view may seem on the positive side, we do not know how sharp the correction can be before a reversal comes on the upside. So whenever if you're doing from a scalping perspective, please do maintain a strict stop loss. Whenever अगर हमारे calls अगर आप track करते हो, for Nifty more or less we give a stop loss of 20-25 points, and for Sensex option premium we give a stop loss about 60 to 70 points on most occasions. So if you are a scalper, that is a 10-15 minute trading window, and you want to capture the price action of the market, it's better to do it with strict stop losses. We have a Nifty option chain, we also have the option chain for Sensex. If you go to the BSE website and you see the derivative section, अगर आप उस पर क्लिक करोगे, you will get the option chain data for Sensex as well. So anyone who's doing short-term trading and wants to have a quick glance at the derivative data of Sensex options also, it's available in the derivative segment under index options. So BSE option chain also is available. The absolute same data what you see on Nifty option chain, ये same data आपको Sensex के options के बारे में भी you will have it readily available on the BSE website. So anyone who's doing index option trading, there is risk associated with even buying of options, selling of options. But on the selling part, there is slightly higher risk compared to buying. So if you are a positional trader who does option selling, there are certain things to keep note of. सडन प्राइस स्विंग्स, तो जैसे कि आपने आज का इंट्राडे प्राइस एक्शन अगर देखा गया, देयर वाज एक्सट्रीमली शार्प मूवमेंट्स इन द मार्केट. तो even if you have confidence on your view of the market, the type of price action will bring about fear and will make you do stupid or wrong decisions, because human tendency, it is very tough to digest the type of volatility that we see on an intraday basis. We generally tend to take the wrong decisions if we do not have a set plan or the risk management which is required to trade in index options. तो जब भी आप इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस में ट्रेड करो, ऑलवेज ट्रेड इट विद अ फिक्स सेटअप, जिसमें आपको पहले से ही आपका टारगेट लेवल्स मालूम है, एज वेल एज द स्टॉप लॉस लेवल्स. So surge in volatility, surge in price action, higher initial margin, mark to market margins, all these are the risk associated with naked option writing. And now coming to few important pointers regarding index options. कभी भी आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो, ऑलवेज मेंटेन अ स्ट्रिक्ट स्टॉप लॉस व्हेन यू आर ट्रेडिंग इन इंडेक्स ऑप्शंस. ऑलवेज रिड्यूस द लिवरेज. जैसे कि करंट मार्केट सिनेरियो है, इट्स बेटर टू रिड्यूस द क्वांटिटी व्हेन यू आर ट्रेडिंग इन द मार्केट, बिकॉज नो वन नोज कि कल के ट्रेडिंग सेशन में द मार्केट्स विल ओपन गैप अप और गैप डाउन. इट्स जस्ट योर व्यू ऑन द मार्केट, द प्राइस एक्शन दैट यू हैव टू फॉलो, and when it becomes excessively volatile, it's better to reduce the leverage positions in the market. The last point I want to highlight is if anyone is doing if anyone is doing positional trading in the market, मतलब index options में positional trading, it is better to do it in a hedged manner. अगर आप intraday कर रहे हो and if you are more or less most of the time in front of the screen, you can still close out your position if the trade goes wrong. But अगर आप positional index में trade कर रहे हो, there is very little time to react if there is a gap up or a gap down opening if you have not done the trade in a hedged manner. Hedged manner means in terms of spreads, bull spread, bear spread, या फिर कोई भी strategy जिसमें आपका loss fixed हो as well as the profit. So any strategy like an iron butterfly, iron condor, which my friend Ashwin regularly explains on a regular basis, all these strategies have a predefined stop loss as well as the targets which are set, because today the trade might look positive, but going into the start tomorrow, if there is a sudden news announcement at the end of the day which could result in a sharp gap up gap down opening, the losses could be significant, because आपको कोई टाइम नहीं मिलेगा. 9:15 को मार्केट खुल जाएगा, immediately the option premium which was at 100 will suddenly show at 20-30 rupees on the downside. Very limited time, people tend to make wrong decisions due to the nervousness, due to the price action. So that's why we always recommend, if you are doing positional trading in index, always do it in a hedged manner. Understanding the psychological factors also is very important. Every trader has different psychological factors. Matlab, not everyone is comfortable trading in index options. So choose the product which you are comfortable in trading in. Certain people love trading in index options because the opportunities and the price action that you get in index options, it's difficult to replicate in any other product. Few of the other pointers that I would like to highlight is, जब भी result कोई भी stock में रहता है, it is better to avoid doing option trading or future trading in that particular counter. Review your position size. 4-5 years back, you might be trading with a certain particular quantity, but as your capital increases, you might have increased your size as well. You need to increase also, because if you trade in the same quantity, it will not have a material impact on your overall portfolio. So understand what is the current level of your portfolio. Decide what is your position size, so that the reward also is meaningful. आपका अगर trade सही जाता है, the reward also should be meaningful on your portfolio. And even if the trade goes wrong, it should not have a drastic impact on your portfolio. So accordingly, you should decide your position size. The other thing is stop loss, derivative, all trades that we recommend, even the intraday trades, all the trades. See, whenever you're trading with a certain टाइम फ्रेम, आपको मालूम है आपका व्यू 10 दिन का है, 15 दिन का है, इंट्राडे है, whenever you're trading with a certain time frame in mind, you should always maintain a stop loss. Stop loss लगना कोई मतलब कोई नेगेटिव चीज नहीं है. It just means that वो पर्टिकुलर ट्रेड गलत गया है. There are multiple opportunities in the market to recover your capital, but if you keep rigid and you decide कि यही ट्रेड से मेरे को कैपिटल रिकवर करना है, then generally the trades go wrong, and for a very long time you may be stuck in the particular counter. The other points are well known to everyone: volatility and risk tolerance. तो हर एक अलग अलग ट्रेडर का रिस्क टॉलरेंस और रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेबिलिटीज भी अलग रहेगा. So accordingly, based on your risk tolerance, based on your trading capital, based on your years of experience in the market, based on your goals that you have, based on all these factors combined, everyone will have a different view and the risk taking ability. Just coming to stop loss orders, always maintain it. Stop loss should be decided right at the time when you're taking the trade itself, not when the trade goes wrong. See, I'll explain with an example. Options, whenever you're trading, why stop loss is important. So generally the premium what we give for at the money options generally tends to be about 100. Now suppose you have purchased 22,500 call option whose premium is 100. Stop loss is 72. There will be 3-4 occasions when the price action option premium will come towards 69, 68 levels, just touch your stop loss, and once again rebound on the upside. Maybe the price comes to 120, 130 levels. So at that time, the trader will think there was no use of maintaining the stop loss. अगर मैंने stop loss maintain नहीं किया रहता, then I would have been on the profitable side today. But that is just one example. There are many times when the option premium will directly come from 100 and go towards 30, and from 30 to come back towards 100, that's almost 3 times, and that's a very, very challenging thing to do. If you have limited your loss, there is always opportunities to recover your capital, but imagine recovering 3 times the capital that you have. That's a very challenging thing. And most of the time when we do not maintain the stop loss, that's what is going to happen. So do not be afraid of the stop loss being hit. It gets hit for even the best of best traders. It just means that that particular trade has gone wrong. Always move forward to the next trade and take a position in the market. You should have the confidence as well in the setup. Just because in one direction you have had a stop loss, if your setup immediately gives you a reversal opportunity, do not hesitate to take it. Just have the confidence in your setup, but do note that trade it with a strict stop loss. The other is the position sizing formula. You will get this formula directly on Google as well. If you just type position sizing formula, it basically tells you that if you want to take a certain amount of risk and you have a certain amount of capital, what is the position size or what is the total number of shares that you should buy for a particular trade. तो इसका बेसिक सिंपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज, अगर आपके पास 50,000 है और आपको अगर 2% का स्टॉप लॉस मेंटेन करना है, the position sizing formula will tell you how many shares you need to buy of that particular counter. So that's also very important. Tend to keep the same position size over all your trades. Do not एक ट्रेड में आप पूरा कैपिटल डाल रहे हो, एक ट्रेड में बहुत ही कम कैपिटल डाल रहे हो, दे विल हैव इम्पैक्ट ऑन योर पीएनएल. आपको एक रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करना जरूरी है, wherein you maintain more or less the same quantities for all the trade in terms of amount. लगभग सेम क्वांटिटी आप हर एक ट्रेड में अगर आप लोगे, then the PNL will look more or less good, because even if you have limited number of winning trades and losses, if you have maintained a good risk reward, you will end up on the positive side. So that's an end of today's session. Thank you so much to all our friends for having taken the time out and having attended the session today. Now I'll take a few questions which I can readily see. If anyone has any questions related to the topic, please feel free to ask. There are certain questions on the fundamental side that I'll not be able to take. And if you have any queries, get in touch with the research team via your RM. We'll definitely help you out. Even if you have any portfolio that you want to restructure, you can send it across to us. So I'll take a few derivative questions. If you have any questions regarding the topic itself, please feel free to ask. So the first question I have from Dilip sir. So I'll just take that question. So for an example, for positional trade for hedge strategy for Nifty call 22,550 call expiring tomorrow. Yeah, so suppose you want to take so suppose you want to take this particular trade and you do not know that Nifty is going to open gap up, gap down, sideways, but you have a view that markets will be on the positive side. So what is known as a bull call spread is a good strategy. What you're basically doing is you buy 22,550 call option and you sell about 150-200 points away call option as well. So basically you will be buying 22,550 call option and you will be selling 22,700 call option. What happens by selling 22,700 call option? You get additional premium. Matlab, suppose you purchase 22,550 call option for 120 and you sell 22,700 call option for 40 rupees, you receive 40 rupees. So overall the cost of the transaction comes down from 120 towards 80. Your stop loss is now defined at 80. 80 is your maximum stop loss because that's the net premium that you have paid for this particular transaction. Your loss will not be more than 80. Your profit also is predefined. Your profit will not be more than the break-even point. So the gap between the two strike prices is 150 points. That is the difference between 22,550 and 22,700. So 150 is the range, and your break-even point comes at 22,550 plus 80. So 150 minus 80. So that's the maximum profit that you can expect in this particular trade. So the larger the spread, the more your profit, but the cost part goes slightly higher. So that's how you do a bull call spread. That's on the bullish side. You do not just do one leg, you do two legs. Likewise, on the bearish side, if you have a negative view on the market, instead of just buying a put option, buy a put option, but slightly sell a put option on the outer side as well. You get margin benefits as well. your cost of capital of the transaction also comes down, and you have predefined your profit and loss. So we'll take the next question. What are cover orders for the derivative index options? What are cover orders? So basically, cover orders, you're hedging your is a hedge type trade itself. So covered call, or even in there are certain trades wherein if you have a position in the cash segment, you can consider selling out of the money options. So generally, people do trades like that as well. Covered call options wherein they have underlying positions in the cash segment, and to earn a certain return every month, they would be selling out of the money call options of that particular underlying. So suppose if someone has good quantity of Reliance or Infosys, and whenever the stock goes into a sideways consolidation, they consider to sell strategies as well. So you are basically selling out of the money call options, wherein your expectation is the particular underlying will remain in the particular range, and you will be able to pocket the premium by selling the options. So there is a question, the same type of question from Harish. Holding 500 shares of Tata Motors, I can sell 650 call option one lot. So if the view is that Tata Motors would not cross 650 by the time the particular expiry comes, there is a good chance that you will make money in this particular strategy. So you have the required quantity. So I assume, I'm not sure about the lot size of Tata Motors. I more or less assume that it is 500 shares. So you will be able to sell because the quantity should be the same. That's how you will be making profit. So even if the underlying witnesses a sharp surge, you will be making money in your underlying, that is the cash position of Tata Motors, and there would be a slight loss. But do note in this particular strategy that the loss that you incur while selling the option is you'll have to mark to market, because your option profit loss is mark to market, that is every day you'll have to settle. So if there is a sharp surge in your underlying, even though Tata Motors in your portfolio will do good, you will have a loss in the particular option that you have sold. So there you will have to settle it out on a daily basis. So that's the risk when you do a covered call, means a strategy wherein you are selling an out of the money option. These type of strategies generally should be done when the particular underlying is slightly less volatile and it goes into a sideways consolidation, or whenever the markets currently are in a bearish phase. So generally we give strategies which are there. We do not flash it, but if you get in contact with your RM, we do share regularly strategies. Today also we had shared a strategy on the Sensex options. Generally when we give an iron butterfly or an iron condor. Rarely we give bull spread, bear spread. We give them as well, but that's where whenever the markets go into a bit of consolidation phase and we feel that we are able to capture the option premium in terms of time value erosion, we generally tend to give iron butterfly or iron condor, wherein the strategy is hedged as well. So if in the next few trading sessions, we'll try to flash it, and soon we'll try to get it on the app as well, wherein the strategies that we recommend will be flashed on our in on the app as well. Yeah, so there is a request from one of our friends regarding please take a session on price action. Definitely, we'll do that. We'll take a session on technical analysis, price action, as well as volume analysis. Since there is a request, we'll definitely conduct in this particular month alone. We have 8 webinars which are lined up. Tomorrow also we have a webinar regarding moving averages, which my colleague Ashwin will be taking. He takes a very interactive session wherein he keeps on engaging with all our friends. So please do take the time out and attend tomorrow's session as well. There are 8 webinars in this particular month, the link of which will be shared, as well as we send the notification on Telegram. So do, if anyone is not joined our Telegram channel, please join our Telegram channel. It's free of cost. We send all the reports, all the notifications, all the all the products we have, we send it on our Telegram channel as well. So even if you do not receive it through your RM or someone, any notification regarding any webinar, you will be able to join. So SBI Securities, if you type on Telegram, you'll be able to receive the channel and you can join the channel handle. So there is one question regarding future contracts on NSE site are short positions. I am not able to get this contract question. It's not our short position. So there is, for every short position there is a long position as well. So I don't think I'm able to understand the question correctly. It's basically telling the open interest position, how many positions are there. Volume will tell you how many contracts have been traded. Open interest will tell you how many open positions are there. So if the open interest is currently suppose 1,000, it's basically telling there are 1,000 long contracts and there are 1,000 short contracts. It's not telling you any data about only short contracts or the long contracts. What I wanted to basically, I'm assuming that you're referring to the example that I told regarding FI short positions. That's a particular data which comes from NSE, and that there is a particular paid website that we have subscribed to, where the data comes regarding the cumulative positions. Every day you will get the positions, how many FIs have created in the short side or the long side. The software does, this paid softwares accumulate this particular data for us and tells you the total positions. So there is a request regarding live session as well. So that also is definitely under consideration. We'll be having every day we are thinking of doing it, wherein at around mid market, that is around 12:30, 1 o'clock, we'll be having a session. So that's a wrap of today's edition of the webinar. Thank you to all our friends for having taken the time out. Please do join us tomorrow as well for any of your queries. So all your suggestions, whatever you give also, sir, we do definitely take it and we'll try to improve from our end as well. Whatever suggestions you provide, we'll be trying to implement it. Thank you.